Hey everybody, welcome back. It's episode 56 of Duke's Apocalypse Kitchen, and today we're making duck ramen.
Yay!
And we're making duck ramen because I made it yesterday just for us to have.
And I didn't get any, and there was sadness, and there was a little recrimination.
Don't make me look up that word. What?
It might have been some blame.
What show is this? I thought I was making duck ramen.
The Patricia director, you should have fed me the duck.
It's not why we're doing duck ramen.
Okay.
Today.
All right.
We're doing duck ramen because I posted a picture of it, and some people thought it looked delicious.
Like me. And I
So
said,
we're making it again today.
I'm going to need some of that.
All butt hurt feelings aside, it really was that good.
Yeah.
It's sort of legit. So anyway, we're going to get started. And this is not a duck ramen dish from scratch. This is like
20 minutes, make it from home.
we're doctoring up the ramen that you get at the store. And you could get the little square packet. That's what I made it out of yesterday, and it was delicious. Zoe likes these. So we have these at the house.
So is your daughter.
Yes. And so we're going to use these.
Okay.
And we are going to use the noodles and the little flavor packet things, but not all of them because that makes it super salty. And these are super spicy. So we're going to use chicken stock, but we're going to get into that. Okay, here we go. Ramen is a couple of different things. It's the broth. It's all of the ingredients that we're going to put in it, like the kimchi and the greens and the sausage, and then there's the duck eggs. That's what makes it duck ramen. I was gifted some lovely duck eggs from our friend's farm, and that's what I made it out of yesterday. It was delightful. We're going to do it again. So, how do we get started? We have a pot for our broth. I'm going to start with a quart of chicken stock because I'm making ramen for 4 people. And I'm also going to add a cup of water to this because it doesn't need to be that salty. One of our flavor packets is going to bring an awful lot more salt to the party. So we don't need to overload ourselves. I'm also going to use the Chinese sausage.
Oh, that's so good. That sausage is so good.
You need to get yourself a packet of this stuff.
Oh.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. The last time you cooked with it, I'm trying to remember. I think you made the you made the duck fried rice.
Duck fried rice.
And you put that sausage in it. It's sweet and spicy and just savory. Like, I've never had sausage so good. Well, I shouldn't lie about that. I've never had, like, packaged sausage.
Never had that one. Let's just end it.
It was delicious.
And it is super, super good. And then I got chives from the garden that we're going to garnish it with in a minute. Okay, so stock is over there. I'm going to start warming that up. That's what says gourmet, like a little flavor packet. And some dehydrated noodles. And then some of those things.
It looks like dried chive.
It's like a sad party.
Yeah.
Sad. Okay, so we're throwing those in there. Why not? We're going to throw the noodles in, for sure. Throwing these noodles in. Sad party.
So if you look on YouTube, there's a video that somebody built a chair out of noodles like that. I'm just saying.
I totally believe it. I totally believe it. I tried to use them in printmaking and they didn't want to print very well. I'm going to throw about a third of this of water into here. Add a cup of water. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Almost done. Getting there. Got water.
We're just looking lovingly at the Chinese sausage.
And it doesn't cover the noodles completely, but I'm going to take my tongs and stir it around, get those noodles down in there. They're going to cook just fine. Okay. So now, before I do the eggs, I'm going to put this where you can see the sausage. I'm going to cut the sausage and saute it in the pan, and so that the eggs will fry in the sausage fat and make them extra delicious. If that's how that works.
Cool. Should we fast forward through this?
Sure. Okay, so I've cut up the Chinese sausage, and I'm going to turn on this pan and start sauteing that. so you can crisp it up a little bit. Not like throwing pepperoni into a pan and just getting it to curl up and crisp. It's really delightful. It's also going to render out some of that fat, and then we are going to crack our duck eggs and fry them in that fat, and it's going to be extra delicious. I'm going to start with some sesame oil in the pan because sesame oil has great flavor in Chinese dishes, and it's good for you.
Why is it good for me?
Because it's a seed oil.
Okay. I like sesame. It's toasted sesame oil, right?
Yeah.
I like that flavor a lot.
It's a little tip. If you're going to fry eggs in a pan, it's good to spray the pan with a cooking spray. And then if you want to put olive oil in or whatever, you can do that. But you want to have 100% oil coating in the pan before you crack an egg into it. I'm doing the sausage first, so I know it will eventually coat. But right now, that's not totally coated. So if I were to put an egg in there, it's going to stick in some parts and not in others.
And that would make me sad.
It makes me sad too. So just in case you're wondering how to fry an egg or get it to be loose in the pan all the time, spray it first.
All right.
Yeah. Noodles are working. We're going to throw 1 packet of flavor into that pot, not both.
So you had 2 packs of noodles, but you're just using 1 flavor
Just
packet.
1. Yeah. And yesterday when I made it, I only threw in like half of 1.
Okay.
And it was delightful. The other thing we're going to add to this broth that is key is a 1/3 of a cup of rice wine vinegar for every quart of chicken stock. That's going to give it this really delightful tang that separates it from just being a salty bowl of ramen.
Mm-hmm.
And when everyone says they love your soup above everyone else's, it's the rice wine vinegar that did it.
That's good to know.
I know.
What are we drinking today, Chef?
We are having Shorts Brewing Soft Parade, which is all the berries, strawberry, blackberry, blueberry, raspberry in a beer. It's really delightful in the summer, and I like it.
It's such a pretty can. I don't think
Isn't
I've
it?
ever seen a pink beer can.
If you're gonna drink a pink beer, make it this one.
What's the brand again?
Shorts Brewing.
Okay.
They're a Michigan brewery.
All right.
Yeah,
Delicious.
it's delightful. Our sausage is starting to do the little dancey dance.
Okay. Do we want to sit with it or do we want to come back?
We're gonna come back.
Okay.
And give it a minute in the pan. See you in a minute. Okay, we are back. The sausage is curled up. It's nice and crispy. I got some really
Smells
great
amazing.
flavored oil in here that I'm gonna leave in there. I've turned my burner way down because we're doing eggs, so low temperature.
And is it scrambled eggs or is it fried egg?
I'm gonna do some over easy duck eggs. If the yolks are gentle to me, they're kind. Duck egg yolks are really big.
And creamy.
And I broke one yesterday when I was doing this. Hopefully I won't break any. And
Whenever anybody asks me how I want my eggs, I always say juicy. I like a nearly raw egg.
So we're gonna put this with our accessories when people dress their own bowls of ramen. The duck eggs. I want to use my bowl. Crack an egg into the bowl before it goes in the pan. We talked about this. Duck egg shells are a little harder than chicken.
That's why it's hard sometimes for me to keep the yolk.
Yep, that's why I broke one yesterday. And here goes a whole bunch of shell. Boop. Stayed intact. Yay! All right, one down.
If you haven't had a duck egg before, like they are just so good.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. It's just like filled with yellow goodness.
One down. Perfect. Did I even cracked? Oh yeah, I did.
Did the ramen noodles come up to boil yet?
Yes, they did. I just turned them down. They're just simmering in there. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of rice wine vinegar to that. And a second. Egg number 3.
Beautiful.
Going in.
We're just gonna get in there and look at those. I feel like some
Look at
people
those yolks, man. Those are
won't know.
huge.
So this is not only duck eggs, which always have a big yolk, but this is a family farm duck egg that usually whenever I find eggs from a family farm, the way they feed the animals makes the yolk really yellow and rich. So that's like even more duck egg than I'm used to.
Very ducky. Okay, so the 1/3 cup of rice wine vinegar going into the ramen broth. And it makes it cloudy, which I think is a really interesting chemical reaction. I don't know why that is. Fascinates me. And it also makes it taste extra delicious. Feel free to add more if you think it's not tangy enough. There's no science to that, more or less. It's just make it how you like it.
Okay.
Whatever. So now, I'm going to do a little bit of over easy action here. And make sure eggs are separated. Fold the whites over. Nice little package. And then I'm just gonna put the egg over. So I fold that flap of white over. If it wants to stay. This one wanted to stay. This one doesn't seem like it wants to. The yolk is just too big. All right, buddy. We're just gonna
We'll just see what happens.
We're gonna go this way. I got pop that air bubble right there. All right. Now we're gonna go that way. There you go. Here you go, buddy. Put your sweater on.
Awesome.
There. Give that another second. And then pretty much we are done. Got some chives here. I have some greens that we're gonna add in.
Where'd we get the microgreens from?
Gardenparty.com, local microgreen farm.
Our friend
in
Jessie.
Ipsy Township.
Yeah.
I have some kimchi straight out of the jar into a bowl. I'm going to chop up some chives from the garden. And yes, that was it. So the egg, the greens, the kimchi, the chives, the broth and noodles, and the egg, and the sausage can mix and match. We're going to throw some bowls together. I'll see you in 1 minute. We're back, and I'm making my Ace Director Patricia.
Oh my God, I've been waiting all day.
Do some kimchi.
Yeah, I want all the things. That's what I would like.
How spicy should we make it for?
Just one. One is enough kimchi for me. There you go. Okay, maybe 2. I do whatever you tell me. Don't miss the sausage, chef.
Sausage is the best part.
I was gonna say, that's what I want extra. So that's the dog toy. Even though in my heart I'm making that happy sound, that's actually Dashi and her dog toy. So should we get a close-up of like, this makes me feel like I'm in the best restaurant ever invented. Oh my gosh.
Voila, madame.
What are you suckers eating?
This was ramen straight out of that little package.
And it took, literally, we've only been here for about 20 minutes.
You can make this,
Yeah.
not her.
All right, say goodbye, Gracie, because I'm going to eat this.
Bye, Gracie. Watch your fingers. See you next time.